There you go. Okay. And what type of motion do you think it's like? Do you think it's like a straight line, or do you think it's more like the arch? It does look like a straight line, but if he starts there and goes to there, it's like a really skinny arch, but it looks sort of like a straight line. And usually when you jump off, it'll be sort of like a straight line. But in this case, this guy's sort of jumping outward, you know? So it's sort of like an arch, but it's also could be confused with a straight line because it's so skinny.
So is that an object jumping off a building?
He's jumping off a diving board. So that's his diving board.
Uh-huh.
And then jumps. And so he's jumping out and then diving, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you want to do roller coaster Cosmo?
I don't think we can change anything. But it's showing us that if you don't launch very hard, you can't go very fast. You can't go very far, right? Where'd it go?
Okay.
Where's the button?
Okay, so let's see this. If we plot the height versus the time, what do you think will happen if we? Because it's going up, but then it starts slowing down once it hits that. When it hits the maximum height, it'll stop and then it'll start falling back down, right? So watch this.
Whoa. You could see it.
It's not working right now. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
See how it's going up and then at that point it stops. At that point,
Oh, I see.
that's the highest point, right?
If you do it this way and that way, it'll stop at the same. It'll stop at the same point, but it'll fall at the same time, right?
Okay, let's go with the fun one, which is 5. So we're just trying to show them how an object, a projectile works when it's being launched at a certain height and at a certain speed. And Miss Burke had made these models for them to see how a realistic path would look.
It made it to 12 that first time.
It did?
Yeah.
Could you hold it at a slight angle so I get a better picture? No, that didn't really help on the movie. All right, animate it again.
Going all the way up.
Oh, now that looks like what our kids in Pennsylvania, our friends, showed us how to do. Yeah. Very
I think
good.
it's when you changed.
What I learned about trajectory is that if it goes high, it doesn't go as far, and if it goes far, it doesn't go as high.
Angry Birds is an example of trajectory.
I'm going to show you an example of vertical trajectory. Shooting a rubber band shows trajectory. Swings is trajectory. Trajectory can be shown in lots of ways, like in sports and other activities.
Tossing the ball is an example of trajectory.
This is trajectory.
This is an app called Apples in Our Hands. It's where you match the apples to the time and then press the apples and tilt them in the basket. It's vertical trajectory. For example, the time right now is 1:15, so I press the apple and tilt it into the basket.
Trajectory is shooting a ball.
This is not an example of trajectory. This is just pig races. It's not an example. We're just doing pig races.
The trajectory makes
if you do,
And it doesn't go like this, because to make it higher, you have to throw it up.
yeah,
When you do the trajectory, you have to throw it kind of out.
kind of go like right there if you put it straight up.
So
But if you put it to the side a little, it'll do a lot of trajectory.
So let's see what happens when you do it straight up. Okay?
That's just gonna
Characteristic, what's another?
curvy, not perfectly straight.
There's this curved motion. How many people live in a very rectilinear world where we feel comfortable with lines that are straight, even though all lines are straight? But you follow what I mean by that? I know you're thinking about lunch. Let's think about this. At what time is the object being projected at ground level? When is our object at ground level? At what t value?
10.
What about at t equals 0? At the start? Is it also at 0?
Yeah.
There are two answers to one question? I love it. I love it. Okay. What was the maximum height of the object? Did anyone find the best?
About 25.
Okay, we can look here. We
I
can
got
look
to
here.
24.
We can watch it happen.
I think that's a always land on 10. 24.
Okay, let's see.
Well, you can pause it. 24.
About. Is it larger than 24? Was it more than 24?
Yeah, I'll get points. No, if you put it straight, we could see the real answer.
If I put what straight?
If you put the line straight, you'll shoot the ball up, and then we could see the real
And
answer.
also, you can see that the ball goes up to the 25 line, and it barely goes.
I hear you. So you're wanting me to introduce the concept. Oh, I can't do this on that file. The concept of function. I'm liking this. How many people are thinking a little bit more about motion after this experience? I want you to be riding home, and I want you to think about motion. Okay? I want you all to have a great day. Take care. Have a good one.
Go. All right. Now,
Oh, that was great.
these are working better, aren't they?